Hello, Internet.
This is Ali.
And I'm David.
And this is Tea&Tea.
With Ani.
And David.
And
Amira, aka Move Munch.
hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tea&Tea. And yes, you heard right, we have a very special guest on today. Please welcome everyone, Amira from Move Munch.
Hello everyone. Hello, hi. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you both for having me. Welcome me into the Tea&Tea family. We're gonna be cooking today. So everybody at home, get your ingredients ready to go. And today we're going to be making snickerdoodles. So we're gonna be making some snickerdoodle cookies. Just a little bit about me quickly, and then we'll get to the cooking part. I am a self-taught plant-based food blogger. So all of the food that I do make is either vegan or plant-based. Yeah, so you can take it to your next family function or just eat them all yourself. But either way, we're gonna make a snickerdoodle cookie that is vegan, so no dairy, no eggs, especially if you have any allergies or anything like that. This will be a allergy-free video, aside from the wheat, but you can always use gluten-free flour if you need to as well.
My goodness, I am so excited. We're so happy that you wanted to come on and do this with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm super excited. I was like, who, moi? They want me to come and cook with them? What's happening? Also, I wanted to stay on brand with Tea&Tea, and I just think that a snickerdoodle cookie is really good for like to have a cup of tea with, or maybe a cup of coffee in the morning. So I just really wanted to make sure that it was something that would pair well with a cup of tea.
So how do you say it? Snickerdoodle? Snickerdoodle? Snicker with an R. Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, like a Snickers, like the candy bar.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's start off with the ingredients that you are going to need. So here I have some all-purpose flour. So it's just regular all-purpose flour. If you do have a gluten allergy, you can always use a gluten-free flour as well. Cane sugar, so just regular cane sugar that you'll have here. Baking powder as well. Here I have some dairy-free butter. This is probably my favorite brand to use, but if you are outside of the United States, it may be under a different brand, but this is my favorite dairy-free butter. You can pretty much find them.
Ani and David, did you have a problem at all finding dairy-free butter?
No, I didn't at all.
Okay.
And then I also have some vanilla extract here.
Look at that.
Look at the size of this.
Ani said, I love
It's
vanilla.
huge.
This is how it's so
funny.
young.
And it's probably the same, and it would probably be the same price that I paid for this little tiny baby thing
Absolutely.
here.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Absolutely correct. I am
So
sure
funny.
of it.
So I have actual cinnamon sugar here.
I have actual
Yeah, but for the purposes of this video, if you just have regular cane sugar and regular cinnamon, I'll show you how we'll make a little cinnamon sugar at the end. This is kind of going to be our secret ingredient for plant-based or vegan baking. So because we're not going to use any eggs, I really like to use applesauce as an egg substitute. So I'm gonna use this as an egg substitute, so it's gonna help everything to bind together. So the nice thing about applesauce is that once you bake it out, it doesn't taste like apples, right? All of the kind of apple flavor kind of gets cooked out, and all you're left with is I don't know if it's like the pulp of the apple that just kind of helps everything to bind together.
Yeah, I know. David's like,
Being a non-vegan, I've never even thought about that. Like,
It is crazy.
yeah.
That's my little secret ingredient, my hack to baking. We do have something to talk about though, okay? We do have something to talk about. Ani is a master chef.
Oh.
And he could not find, I'm calling you out. So he could not find
She's gonna sit.
regular in a glass jar, anything like that, packaged applesauce, right? So Ani decided to make his own. Because he said, I am everything, and I'm going to make my own applesauce. So he made, look,
I am a form.
he's a god of the kitchen, and so he made his own applesauce. I just thought that it needed its own moment, its own recognition.
to let everybody know that Ani was like, oh, no applesauce in the store? No problem, I'll make my own. And he was like, before this, he's like, oh yeah, so easy to make, and super easy, for the babies. Like, it's easy with both.
The one from the
No,
store.
it'll be amazing. It just means that yours are gonna taste better than mine and David's. That's what it means. It just means that yours are just gonna take the best. It's gonna taste like a snickerdoodle fell off the tree. It's just. That's
So
all.
natural.
That's all.
It's a
That's what
lot
it's gonna be.
Full of nature.
So natural. I love that so much. Should we get the bacon? Should we get snickerdoodles?
Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles. I did preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius if you are using a Celsius user. Make sure that you are going in with clean hands. So we are going to start off with 2 cups of our all-purpose flour.
Okay, in the bowl.
I'm gonna take my cane sugar here, and I'm going to use 1 cup of cane sugar. So this is a half a cup, so I'm gonna add 2 of these. So we're gonna use half a tablespoon of baking powder, which kind of looks like this. I don't know if this is helpful for you all. And then I'm just gonna go in with a little spoon, and I'm going to mix my dry mixture up first before I add my wet ingredients. I had my butter out the whole time because you do want to make sure that your butter is softened and it's not too cold. Right? I'm going to do a 1/3 cup of applesauce.
Which on here says 80 milliliters.
Ooh.
Just
80 milliliters.
fun facts.
Now I'm going to add 3/4 cup of dairy-free butter. So this is my 4th cup that I have here, so I'm going to add 3 of these. So now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm just gonna give it a good stir. So you all go for it. And I'm going to go in with my clean hands, and I'm just going to mix everything up so that it gets well combined. So I'm just going in with my clean hand, and I'm just gonna mix my mixture up. So once we kind of start to get everything together, you kind of have this dough here. I'll show you both. It's just kind of like this big piece of dough, right?
All right.
So I kind of put it all together. It just kind of looks like this. I just have this big piece of dough here, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna put the dough in the fridge just for a couple minutes while we make our cinnamon sugar.
Cinnamon sugar patty.
Let's make our cinnamon sugar,
Okay.
shall we?
Yes, please.
So I'm gonna go in with about a half a cup of my cane sugar, and I'm gonna add it to a bowl.
I need a bowl.
Oh my
I need a
gosh.
bowl.
Yes. Yep. And you will.
And he will be needing a bowl. Can confirm.
And depending on like how cinnamony you like stuff, I'm gonna start off with about a half a tablespoon. I'm gonna start with a half a tablespoon. I'm gonna add that in there, and then I'm just going to use a spoon. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon.
Mine is not coming out very well, so I'm just kind of using whatever comes out.
No, you're fine.
You know,
I just
Yeah, so I think it's just
What
more
is-
of a, like a color thing.
Yeah.
So kind of dark and rich in color. I'm just gonna line it with some tin foil, my little baking tray here. Okay, so now I just took my dough out of the refrigerator.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some dough and I'm gonna kind of make it about this size, and then you flatten it just a little bit, and then I
Okay.
roll it around in my cinnamon sugar, and then I put it on my baking tray. A little ball first, and then I flatten it just a little bit, not too much, and then I roll it around in my sugar, and I add it on my baking tray. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this sugar. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and just kind of sprinkle it on the top of my cookies. This is totally optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm just gonna take a little bit.
Is it
and
like
just
caramelized like
sprinkle.
top?
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna pop mine in the oven for about 12 minutes. Now, baking time will vary based on how big your cookies are as well. Because of the size that I did here, I'm just gonna put them in for 12 minutes. So I'd say anywhere between 10 and 12 minutes. If they're on the bigger side, probably 12 minutes. If they are a little bit smaller, maybe about 10, and it should be fine.
David, how are you doing? Just between us as person.
You know, I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it.
I have
Whether
no
they
idea what
are
I'm doing.
what they are supposed to be, I don't know.
So I just put my cookies in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I put them in for 12 minutes because they were a little bit bigger. If your cookies are a little bit smaller, I'd say around 10 minutes. Just kind of eyeball them. So you can never really have to worry too much about them being like under-baked or uncooked, because they're pretty much flour and applesauce and baking powder and yeah.
This is smelling really
Yeah,
good.
totally.
The smell is going out of it, and then it's really, really good. I'm like excited.
It smells so good.
Yay. I try to like be cute and be like, oh, like, so I have these things and now look what happened.
Oh, where did these come from? They came out of thin air. You know, you like pop them out the microwave and you're just like, what are those?
So I gotta like always have something like already ready so that you can see what they look like,
Magical.
have a little finished
Oh,
product.
wow.
So kind of, I'll do like a consistency test. I made these earlier
Oh,
today.
yeah.
And you kind of, you know, they still kind of give you that regular cookie consistency that you're used to without the dairy, and without the egg. Look at them, they came out so, they look so beautiful.
Look, they just came out the oven.
Look at them. Oh my gosh, they look so good.
Well, we love this.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
so
this.
much
Thank
fun.
you so much, Amira.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
god, that was
Like,
so. I'm definitely gonna add that to my recipe book.
I have a recipe book, and I'm gonna add that to it. So
You fancy.
I told you, I'm very dairy.
Thank you everyone out there for watching. We hope you followed along and we hope you enjoyed as well. If you did bake our lovely snickerdoodle cookies by the lovely Move Munch, then send us a picture. We'd love to see them, wouldn't we?
It
Like
looks
this
real.
video, subscribe, share with your friends, you know, and go and check out Move Munch as well. She's got a lot going on. But thanks for joining us and we will see you again next week for another fun episode.
Yay!
Thanks for coming everyone.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.